You might be viewing your success as a ladder that you need to climb and how you should be seeing this success or that success by a certain point. Or you've been working your business for a year and haven't seen any movement, so you're not sure if it's working. But business isn't linear. There are no rules. There's no way to guarantee how you will be successful or what will lead you there. You're listening to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. I'm your host, Jill Perrick, a business and mindset coach who specializes in imposter syndrome. If you feel like you're not as smart, capable, or worthy as you actually are, and that someone is going to find you out, then you've come to the right place. I went from being a struggling government worker, working my coaching business on the side, but feeling unworthy and burnt out, to making multiple six figures helping women overcome imposter syndrome so they too can sign clients, make bank, and have the business or career of their dreams. I am nothing special. I have a stuttering disability, ADHD, and I struggle with anxiety and depression. So if I can learn how to feel good enough and overcome my inner imposter, then so can you. Let's dig in. Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to another episode of the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. I'm your host, Jill Perrick, business and mindset coach. And I'm so happy to be here with you today. I put this on Instagram stories earlier, and if you don't follow me, my handle is @yourcoachjill. And I was talking about how I was able to create a business that has supported me and has brought me so much abundance. And a quirky way that I am able to do that is to envision those who are in front of me, like my mentors or anyone more successful than me, as a normal freaking human, just like me. They put peanut butter on their toast, they pick up their dog shit, they fight with their partner, they lay in bed for too long on a Saturday, they feel annoyed with their family for trying to give them business advice. Because when I was first starting out, I did not think that way. I thought that anybody in front of me had this big secret and that they were better than me, that they never dealt with petty bullshit like clients not making payments or judgment from their family. And if they did, they didn't have any feelings about it. And it was a way for me to put others on a pedestal and tell myself that I'll never be like them, a symptom of my own imposter syndrome. And then I made my way into rooms where the people were at these levels, got coached by them, and realized how money is just money. It doesn't make me better than you or you better than me. Everyone still has thoughts, feelings, and petty bullshit in their lives, and I wasn't special, and neither are you. When you work with me in my one-to-one coaching program, Worthy and Wealthy, you get to build a life and a business that feels like you and is successful. You get to become whoever you want to be and do it your way. You'll stop feeling like a fraud and sign 4-figure coaching clients over and over again so you can build your business and make money and do whatever the fuck you want with it. So before we get into this episode, I want you to take a second and head to my show notes and book a sales to work with me in my one-to-one coaching program, Worthy and Wealthy. As I said, you will sign 4-figure clients on repeat and stop feeling like a fraud for good. Spaces are limited. And as I was saying, I realized that I wasn't special. The universe wasn't leaving me out. What if I could be standing in this same kitchen with the shitty cabinets, because it's a rental, talking on Instagram stories with $30,000 in the bank instead of $3,000? And that's exactly what happened, right? I started seeing myself as that successful version of myself and realized that nothing externally really had to change. Of course, one day I'll be in a different house with a personal assistant, because that's a dream of mine, and I never want to have to clean my house again, even though I probably will, because I love cleaning and it just allows me to relax and listen to a training, and I'm a psycho that relaxes as she cleans. But a personal chef is a huge dream of mine, so I would love that. But ultimately, these external changes will be gradual. They are not required for me to finally feel like I'm worthy of that success. I have to create the feeling first. And in order to create it, I have to think like the person who has it. And how this relates to today's topic, answering the question, how is my business supposed to look, is that I believe that success looked a different way and that my version was not it. That no matter what I did in my business or what wins I did have, it was not what a truly successful business looked like. And it always kept me striving for more, but only out of the desire to look successful. But no one has the actual definition of success, and the same goes for how you think your business is supposed to look. meaning in all its disorganized, random, and fucked up ways, your business is a business, period. However it looks is exactly how it's supposed to look at this moment in time. For example, I told a story about a client who had a 7-month client drought. On a coaching call, she stated how this wasn't normal. And I told her, of course it was normal. What the fuck is normal anyhow? What if a client drought, no matter the length, was normal? And how this plays into imposter syndrome is because we always think that we are the outlier. We always believe that we are the abnormal ones, the ones who don't have it, the ones who are going to be found out, and it makes us spiral into shame and isolation. I have clients who I've worked with in the past who have unfortunately fallen off of showing up consistently and selling their services. Shame has played the biggest part in this, no doubt. They tell themselves they can't show up, they don't have the time, they're not good enough, they can't keep up like others, and it eventually leads to them not showing up at all. But this is the very reason why I know my work is so needed. Because you will 100% sabotage yourself out of opportunities and money because of shame. Because of imposter syndrome when it comes to how you are and how your business is. But what if you believed that however the fuck you look as a CEO and how your business looks is completely 100% normal? When I was coached by one of my amazing mentors, she would tell us the behind the scenes of her business all the time. She'd tell us the fuck ups and the mistakes and the unhappy clients and the refunds. She'd tell us her feelings and her thoughts, and even though it was so obvious, it was such a breath of fresh air to know that however a business looks on the outside, you are not immune to things happening inside of your business. And there's nothing to be ashamed of, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like a couple of years ago, a refund would have spun me out, and I recently had to issue a refund, and I did it without any drama at all. I stopped making anything happening inside of my business mean anything about where it was going. In March, I did a podcast episode on client droughts and lulls in business, and a big lesson from that episode was not making those things mean anything, because people straight up give up if they don't get clients within a time frame that they've assigned, and it doesn't have to be like that. Whatever is happening in your business is normal, because the truth is, when it comes to entrepreneurship, there is no normal. I've had times where I've only had 1 or 2 clients, normal. Times where I've had someone complain, normal. An uncomfortable session with a client, normal. A client who wants a refund, normal. Doing taxes and owing money to the government, normal. Investing more than I'm making, normal. The whole point of me saying this is that if I accept my circumstances inside of my business without making them a problem, I carry on with my business and focus on just making more money and working with more clients. I don't need to tell myself that my business needs fixing or that it's abnormal. Because firstly, who am I to say that someone else's business that doesn't look like mine is more legitimate? And secondly, it does not help me whatsoever to question whether or not my business is normal or not. It is just a waste of time and space to question that. It really can be another way your imposter syndrome affects your business and the money that you're making, by convincing yourself that you're the other, that there's something wrong with you and how you run your business, that your results aren't the results you're supposed to be getting. It's from believing that no matter what you do, you're not enough, and that if you were exposed, everyone would look at you and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Again, it only perpetuates isolation and shame and keeps you from accepting yourself and seeing yourself as the already very worthy human being and business owner that you are. This can also be a childhood wound too. That feeling of not belonging, of being the outlier, of not knowing the secrets or being the outcast. I had a lot of limiting beliefs around my intelligence that were created in my childhood, and I always feared that I was going to be exposed as stupid or like I didn't know what I was doing to other people. And this led me to be less open and was coupled with the fear of being judged in group coaching programs and masterminds. And you know what that sabotaged? My own coaching, my own learning, my own growth and connecting to others. I realized very quickly that everyone had similar thoughts to mine. Everyone had insecurities that they were dealing with, and we were all just trying to figure out this whole business thing. I wasn't the outlier or the stupid one. It was just a story that I was telling myself that I was the odd one out. Hey guys, I hope you're loving today's episode. I am just taking a brief pause in today's episode to share with you a client testimonial. These testimonials are either from group coaching clients or clients who are in my one-to-one coaching program. And I can't wait for you to hear how I have changed their lives and their businesses for the better.
So what I enjoyed about working with Jill and being in her From Imposter to Empowered program was just discovering the depth of like the root cause of why I feel like an imposter and how to overcome it with actual tangible tools, and also being able to journal out and just discover and like dig deeper, which is something that is very important to me as a spiritual leader in this industry. And being able to have a space where that was facilitated and feeling safe and feeling held was amazing. And I am so glad that I had the opportunity to be in this program.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Now let's get back to the episode. So even though I've said normal 100 times in this episode, your business is normal. So normal. Whether you have no clients or one client or 10, or you have a group or one-to-one, or you sell courses, or you only show up 2 times a week, or you're screwing around with your website before your launch, or a client is unhappy with you, or you issued a refund, or you question yourself every day, or you feel like a fraud when you create content, or Instagram posts are taking fucking forever to write, or you're trying to decide whether you want to launch a podcast or start an email list. This is the beauty of entrepreneurship. Anything goes and anything is normal. And we should normalize normalizing everything. But something we shouldn't normalize is thinking that there's something wrong with our businesses or wrong with us as CEOs because everything isn't perfect or within the lines of a very impossible definition of success that you created by looking at others and creating stories about their success. I have a client that was in a client drought. And she was Voxering me one day and said in frustration, I don't even have a business if I'm not signing clients. And a part of my coaching for her was to see this part of her business as a season where she was just marketing more than she was working with clients, a season where she was expelling more energy to sign clients than she had to before. But there is nothing wrong with the season. It can just exist as it is. I may not like winter, but I can handle winter. I bundle up when I go outside, I put snow tires on my car, and I stay cozy inside of my house. Business is cyclical and it ebbs and flows and moves in seasons. And instead of trying to get your business to a perfect place because you think it'll make you feel better or feel safer, you can choose to be at peace right now by adopting those kinds of thoughts. That your business is normal at whatever stage it's in. That the way you are as a CEO is normal and exactly how a CEO functions. Not to say that we don't grow and evolve and learn and become better versions of ourselves, but we can't do that if we think that there's something wrong with us. If you're constantly seeking an answer to why you're not good enough or why your business needs to be fixed to be like the rest, you will never find the answer because it doesn't exist. Good enough is a decision. Normal is a decision. And lastly, I know that so many of you work full-time jobs or have left full-time jobs to pursue entrepreneurship, but your identity as a full-time girly has not changed. You place the rules and the linear ladder of success onto your business. I have a client who left her full-time job, and because she didn't have a boss anymore, she became her own boss. And she was being so cruel to herself. She was being so hard on herself, replicating how she felt in her full-time job. Not the cruelty, but the supervision and the feeling like she wasn't doing enough or being productive enough. She wanted someone else to tell her to make the right decisions and to be the lead and to give her the answers, completely outsourcing her belief in herself and trying to fit corporate ideals and rules into her business, which obviously did not translate well. And you might be doing the same. You might be viewing your success as a ladder that you need to climb and how you should be seeing this success or that success by a certain point. Or you've been working your business for a year and haven't seen any movement, so you're not sure if it's working. But business isn't linear. There are no rules. There's no way to guarantee how you will be successful or what will lead you there. And every mistake, everything you're unsure of, everything that occurs in your business, it does not have to mean that you're doing anything wrong or that you should be doing things differently. It means you're a CEO figuring out how to run a business, and like a toddler, you're stumbling around trying to find your footing. I gave this analogy to a client recently. However old your business is, see your business as a person of that age. So that means that my business is 5 years old, almost 5.5, and my business needs me to support it. It needs me to be kind to it. It needs me to validate it. It needs me to be the guide. It doesn't need me to put pressure on it, demand that it support me and be perfect right away, and for me to detail what's wrong with it and how it can be better. Your business is still a child. Be the adult. Like an emotionally mature parent that a lot of us didn't have, be the emotionally mature parent. Take care of yourself and raise your business with compassion and integrity and a fuckload of love and understanding. Accept yourself for your business for who and what they are. And as always, get yourself coached. Get coached on your brain and the thoughts you have and the feelings you have, and learn how to optimize your brain so you can get more of what you want. Inside of Worthy and Wealthy, my one-to-one coaching program, I help you stop feeling like a fraud and be totally visible online and sell your services with confidence so you can sign 4-figure coaching clients on repeat. At the link in my show notes, you'll find the link to book a sales call and you'll fill out the application. This is a 6-month one-to-one coaching program with 3 one-to-one calls a month, one-to-one access to me and Voxer, the Worthy and Wealthy curriculum that will help you clarify your messaging, market effectively, and sign 4-figure clients before we even start our coaching calls, and monthly workshops where I teach you and my other one-to-one clients. The current price of this container, as of this episode, is $8,500 USD. There are 2 payment plans available, and if you pay in full, you get an extra whole month of coaching. Head to the link in my show notes to book a sales call and apply to work with me in my one-to-one coaching program, Worthy and Wealthy. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for listening to the From Imposter to Empowered podcast. Head to the show notes to find out how you can take this work deeper with me in one-to-one coaching or in the From Imposter to Empowered group program. In the show notes, you'll also find a free 3-day challenge to start the process of overcoming your inner imposter. And once you're done with all of that, screenshot this episode and share it on Instagram, tagging me at Your Coach Jill so we can connect. See you next time.